More news, rumors and opinions Sunday afternoon, October 13, 2024. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Mike Christo 8. Profound changes coming on October 22. The 12th of October 2024. What macro investors don't understand about the fiat currency collapse is there will be no price discovery between the fiat dollar and a financial asset, stocks, bonds. What I mean by the collapse of the dollar is you will go to the bank to make a dollar transaction and the bank will tell you we will no longer take your dollars. Then what? It is likely that big American banks will hold the BRICS unit as part of their foreign currency reserves. You got the US Treasury shadow bank that will see $100 trillion in foreign dollar reserves that is unwinding now. These are dollar for oil reserves unwinding. No one understands the profound changes coming on October 22 with the new BRICS global monetary order. For the sake of humanity itself, the world is ready and must leave the United States and the dollar. With Turkey and Iran for sure getting admitted into BRICS. About 70% of the world's population will be in BRICS. All the naysayers have a stake in the dollar not collapsing. Too bad for them. Militiaman article. The Minister of Finance stresses the need to adhere to the timetables to achieve economic reforms. This cooperation goes far beyond Iraq's borders. The World Bank, the IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, the WTO, United States Treasury, etc. all have reached agreements with respect to Iraq's reforms and sustainability towards economic growth. It shows the aforementioned entities know what Iraq's reforms will mean to the world and the impacts it will likely bring to many nations of the world. They are now openly making sure they are on record in saying so. Frank 26 question. The exchange rate change should be the next step before the lower notes and everything else, right? The next step is to introduce the lower notes and the new exchange rate, yes. But in that process it's a chain of events. Picture a room with 100 mousetraps. If you throw one ping pong ball in that room, one mouse trap will cause a chain reaction to fire off. That is what's going to happen when you have the new exchange rate introduced to the world. Tishwash. Parliamentary finance. Non-oil budget revenues will reach 30 trillion dinars next year. The Parliamentary Finance Committee expected, on Sunday, that non-oil revenues in the 2025 budget would reach 30 trillion dinars. Represented by electricity collection, taxes, and revenues from the Baghdad municipality and all municipal departments. Member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Moeen Al-Kadhimi, told Shafaq news agency, the Parliamentary Finance Committee held a meeting today, in which it hosted the Minister of Finance, Taif Sami, the heads of the tax and customs authorities, and the general managers of the Ministry of Finance, to discuss the general budget law and oil and non-oil financial revenues. He added, oil revenues are settled, but as for non-oil revenues, it has been emphasized that government departments should be activated, including electricity in the field of collection. The Baghdad municipality and other municipal departments, in addition to the services provided to tax committees, border crossing revenues, customs, and others that would increase non-oil revenues. He explained that the activation of non-oil revenues was mentioned in the government program but was not implemented. What is expected in 2025 is that oil revenues will be 120 trillion dinars. While non-oil revenues will be 30 trillion dinars, which includes customs revenues, taxes, electricity collection, and services provided by the government. Iraq. Let's talk Iraqi stock market and your IQD investment. Adu Matrix. October 13, 2024. Iraq. Let's talk Iraqi stock market and your IQD investment. This is one way we may get a return on our investment with or without an RV. Iraq is putting $3 billion into the Iraqi stock exchange, which will be tied to Nasdaq. We hope that we will be able to invest in Iraqi stock using a financial advisor. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.